Hi guys, this is an unboxing video of the Syma X8HG, which is comes with a HD camera on it. It's got altitude hold, so this is the box. Obviously gyros, remote control, radio control, and some information on the bottom of it with a 7.4 2000 milliamp hour LiPo battery, charger, rotary blades, etc, etc. So that is the Syma X8HG in its box. It's very light, which is I guess a good sign. So let's unbox it now. So you can see that it's nicely packed. It's very well packed actually. It's both this side with the quadcopter and then this side with the remote camera blades, probably other bits and pieces as well. So let me take it all out. It's shipped with everything apart from AA batteries to actually run it with the remote control, and it even comes with a converter cable for the power transformer for the power supply. So that was shipped in the package as well. So let's get the quad out. You can see here on-off switch, battery bay, LED lights, silver to denote the direction obviously of the camera and the quadcopter itself, and then obviously it's ready to have the rotor blades put on top of it. What else have we got in here? We've got the rotary guards, which I'm not going to use. So let's just put those to one side. The power supply, I think, yeah, that's the power supply. So that's to charge the actual battery. Little note telling me to remind me about duration of flight. During the flight, start flying about 1 minute. Normal aircraft rises and falls on the occasion. Temperature changes. So this is obviously to talk about the height adjust feature. Let's go for the back of it. That's the charger. It's a balanced charger. It's a 2S cell battery, I think, in this thing. So you can charge it up. We have its little camera. Here's the camera. It's actually got a rubber mount on it, which is interesting, or it's got some form of shock absorbent on it. I think it's installed already with the with a micro SD card on it. Let's just take that off. As other people have reported, you can't really do anything with it. So yes, there's the micro SD card. It's very light. It's a 4 gig micro SD card. It shows you a little picture on how to put the SD card in. It's held in place, and this is the HD camera, and this is where you can go from 720p to 1080p depending on how you want to run the lens itself. So anyway, this way around. So I've got a GoPro-like camera, which is what I'm recording this on at the moment, which I'm going to fly it with, but for the meantime that's the little camera. Controller, so there's your controller, so it needs the batteries inside it, so it needs 4 AA batteries, screws for the landing gear, and probably the blade guards, little screwdriver caps for the landing for the actual top of the blades, and then some extra plastic clips as well to allow for these. So the blades get connected in here, and these need to be taken off. So let's go. And then the battery itself is in under here. So quite a tight fit. Yeah, so there's the LiPo. Yeah, so 7.4 volts, 2000 milliamp hours. As I said, it's a 2-cell. So let's see a little balanced charge tester. Oh. So yeah, so both cells are in good shape. Let's put some batteries into the controller. So there it is, looking to obviously to pair up, and it's now looking for the quad, so it's telling me it's got full signal strength, it's got a battery meter on this one, and then obviously these are the trims by the looks of things either side. And this quad basically allows taking a picture with that one and to turn the video recorder on with this one, and then these are the trims for left and right. Well, I guess this one also trims it a little bit left and right, but this doesn't need to be trimmed because obviously this just stays in that location. A lot of people will tell you to arm it, you basically go to that, or you go up and then go down. The danger with this quadcopter is that if you hold this down too long, then it actually tries to shut down the actual rotor blades as well, but we'll have a look at that later. So in the meantime, let's go to try and put these feet on. So these look to be just held in place. So the feet will go in under here. So one set of feet will go there, there, there. That's the other one here. Screws. So this actually is a brushed motor on this particular quadcopter. So it's still a hobby type of quadcopter, but obviously it's quite a big quadcopter. And with altitude hold on it, obviously we're hoping that it actually does a good job of holding itself in the air. So let's try and put these on like this. This one screw. You need tiny fingers to actually do this. So maybe I'll stop the film and I'll show you once I've got myself better set up for the actual quad itself. Right, so I've attached one of the legs. Interesting enough, there are two screw types here. There's this smaller screw type, and then this longer screw type. So if I put them down next to each other, you can kind of see. Not sure which screw goes into which holder, but I'm going to favour for the legs to be these ones, because there's a bit of a flat head on it, and I sort of kind of think that that will give a bit more area for the actual legs to be held onto in case you get obviously a sideways jolt. I haven't put the rest on, I've put this one on already, so that's fixed up. As mentioned, it's tricky to get the screw into this end, so I just use my magnetic screwdriver, which I'm just going to put here, and just slot it through like that. So now it's held in. The other one's very easy to get into. So just pop this one into here, and then what I was doing was just lining this up like that with a larger screwdriver, starting off the process because it's easy to tighten this one on. So in this area here, it's now held tight on the back. Similar. That's tightened up those two. That's now held in place, and I'll do the same with the others. Also shipped is some spare parts for the rotor blades, so there's some spare parts here, and this is the user manual which I had taken out of the box already but left to one side, and again it's in English. Tells you how to set up the quadcopter. Various modes. There's actually 2 flying modes that the remote control can actually do, which obviously allows you to do either left-handed or right-handed person, so it'll help you to set that up, but by default it's designed for a right-handed individual, so that's your throttle up and down, and then this is your left and right up and down as well. So this is clear instructions. This is how you put the rotor blades on, and those are the little, you can see here, the little barrels that are used in the blade, so I'll get on with that in a minute. But again, don't really think that you guys want to watch too much of this as I go through the process. Right, all the legs are in, which is a good situation to be in. Let's move all these last little plastic screws out of the way. So appear to have 4 of these landing gear legs screws left over, 4 of these little drum for the actual blades. Pop these away quickly. And I'm going to put the camera on, and then finally let's put the blades on as well. So let's just pop all these away very quickly. Love fiddly little screws, don't you? So it's nice that they give you quite a few spares. Spare blades are always good, spare screws are always good. Spare battery would be good, but it doesn't come with a spare battery unfortunately, but then for just around sort of £100, there you go. So you can sort of see it's fairly stable. Legs do bend a little bit, so it's not like your Phantom series, which I think are probably much more robust. Okay, so let's attach the camera, assuming it just goes in. Yep, and that's locked in fairly snugly. Maybe it would have been easier if I had just, let's pop this one out a second. So let's pop it out, slide it forward. Put the USB on here, like so. And like so. The camera plug. So that's so you can actually control the camera. And there we go, it's all locked in. So, there we go. Looks to be slightly pointing downwards. So if you look at it, I think it is slightly pointing downwards. As I say, I'm probably going to switch this mount at some point so that I can actually use sort of like a GoPro mount. My camera that I'm using at the moment has Wi-Fi capability, so I'm hopeful that that would work out. So apparently these just unlock whichever way. So blade spins that way, so that would be lock. So I imagine unlock is this way around. Yep, there's unlock. push the little barrel out. That's the barrel coming out. Move that. Correct for that way. No numbering on it, just B on that one as well. So that looks to be, I mean this is the right way because the blade's turning this way, this will be the lift, that will give you lift, and the rest of the blades will be okay. So I will shut this down when all the blades are on. Yes, let's before I do that, let's put this guard back on, because that's the next step, isn't it? So these plastic guards, you can just about see, they have a little dimple in here to allow you to connect it, and I was trying to come around that side, as you can see it was that, so add it back to front. 50-50 chance, isn't it, always with these things. So I just got a pair of pliers out and quietly slid it out. Oh, that's a lot easier. There you go. And now let's lock it in. Assuming that you can lock it in. There you go, it's locked in. And then for those of you who are interested in seeing the final cap being put on, these are just a guard, so it doesn't appear to, there's no locking mechanism inside them, they just go over the top, and let's just push them down so they just look like that. So that's it. So I'll put the rest on, and we'll fire up the copter just to run the motors in a little bit so you can see how it runs at the moment. Right, all the blades are set up. These are the leftover blades. It seems only one of the blades had an A2 on it, so not really too sure why it had A2 on it, but both of these look to be exactly the same, and the Bs look exactly the same, so the arrows show that the blade should be spinning this way. This gives you lift, so this is set up correctly. These are some spare plastic for the locks underneath the blades, spare screws as mentioned, so I'm just going to clear some space here, plug the power in, and then just run the motor just as in startup, so that we can sort of see how it performs from a startup situation. Okay, so let's turn the quad over. Battery compartment. The first time I put this all together, I want to make sure that I get it correct. Push the battery cables in here. It's a snug fit. I don't think you'll be able to put a larger battery in here, but maybe wrong. So now we have it. So let's, not sure which way round you turn it on, but let's go with the remote control first. Good start with the remote control first. Get the quad. Wow, that's quite a bit of weight when you actually put all the battery inside it. There's the quad there. Let's move a little bit away from the box. Okay. If I take it down and to here, as you can see, it's running. Firing the motors a little bit. There's the stop. So this is the thing that you've got to watch out for when you're trying to fly this thing, is not to hold it too long down there. Now I see there's some screw marks here, so I may design something just to go over this to protect it from actually going down too low. So I may think to design something just so that I can prevent it from going down too low. But I've seen a lot of people actually fly it like that, so that they can't can't take it down too low. And actually the indicators here also help you to see. So when you're down here, you can see that, let me do that again. So when you're down, you can see the levels going down. So again, arming should just be, so that's a very quick arm. Camera's also running, which is good to see. And let's turn it off for that for now. So that's a setup for the Syma HD camera X8HG from an unboxing situation. I do hope you enjoyed that, and I will be taking it outside to give it a fly this morning. So this is a Syma X8HG with altitude hold. I'm going to give it the first run. So let's turn the power on, turn the copter on. Okay, it's bound. Motors are held. Let's take her up. Bring her up again. Got a little bit of a breeze coming from the other way, so let's try the